Hi, I'm Taylor-Gerken. I'm a member of the Toledo Board of Education, currently serving as the Vice President of the board. This is the culmination of my 8th year, so I'm finishing up 2 terms right now. I really felt like I had some unique qualifications after spending 30 years working in the district. First as a school secretary, where I learned how schools work and the mechanics of a district, and then eventually as a school psychologist, where I learned what children need, what students need, what parents need, what teachers need in order to make sure kids are getting the best education that they could. So once I retired from the district, it just felt like a natural fit to come back and work in that oversight role. So our district has really become committed to deliberately serving the whole child. And some of the more obvious things are comprehensive mental health services in the schools. And those are the things that we've been working on for quite a while, getting mental health partners embedded into most of our schools. But there's more to it than that. There's that notion that social emotional learning is as much our job as teaching kids to read and to do math. So those skills, the knowledge, and the attitudes that you need to learn reading and writing, we have some standards that the Ohio Department of Education has provided with us to allow us to embed that type of learning into our everyday practices in the building. That way we won't need as much of the mental health supports in the end if we really think of social emotional learning as part of our mission, and we do. And when I talk about social emotional learning, I'm talking about that self-awareness, awareness of community, awareness of your own feelings, maybe the feelings of others, how to make good decisions. All of those things are going to cause students to not only have better social emotional health, but in fact learn to read and write better in the end. So we're really committed to having social emotional learning be an integral part of what we deliver to every student in Toledo Public Schools. So over the last several years, we've been working really hard to make sure that all of our schools have a community mental health partner embedded in the district. We've put together a process to match those community mental health partners with the various schools, and it allows the school to become the center of care when it comes to the social emotional well-being of students. And those important partnerships between the internal mental health providers, our own counselors, and our school psychologists with the external partners, our mental health providers in the buildings, have really taken on a very large role in our efforts to take care of the whole child. One of the things I'm most proud of in our efforts to serve the whole child is the very deliberate and large-scale effort we're putting into developing a multi-tiered systems of supports. You'll see that referenced as MTSS around the district. And what that means is that we're making sure that students are getting what they need at every level, from that universal classroom level that we expect to be going on every day, all the way up to the most intensive levels of support that you might expect for a student with special needs or a disability, and all the things in between that are being delivered. Maybe it's a short-term intervention just to get a kid up to speed. Maybe it's an intervention that's more long-term. Maybe it's just some specialized groups that take place for 6 weeks to address something that a school is seeing as an issue in their building. So they can be designed for not only each child, but they can be designed for the needs of each school along the way. I spend a lot of time in the community reminding people that just about anything they can think of, it's at TPS.